All right, Shalom Akim. It's a high spirit wind, Judah, with the GMS Mississippi camp. Giving all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I also want to give double honor to our apostles, the great millstone, rule well. I want to say peace and blessings to the house of David, the elect. All right, I'm out here at the park, at the reservoir here in Mississippi. All right, enjoying, this serene morning, okay? Most High granted a little break from Babylon, for a few hours, and before you start your day, he blessed us. Well, blessed me with a little serenity in the morning time to reflect on His word, and something that intrigues me is how things were in the beginning. Something that intrigues me is the state of order in the beginning. Okay. All right, the state of existence in the beginning. And in Genesis, it tells you that the Most High was going to create a helpmeet for Adam. All right, the Most High was going to create a helpmeet for Adam. Okay, but now we have a different state, and the reason why I'm bringing this up because a lot of the focus with brothers is women, because we're in a state of deprivation, all right, and the way things are now is not the natural state of existence, man. All right, actually, not even just women, just the order on earth, all right, because what was Ezra crying to the Most High about? If you made the world for our sakes, why don't we have a position on this earth? Roughly paraphrasing, and why do servants rule over us, as it says in Ecclesiastes? All right. As it says in Ecclesiastes, I can't think of the verse right now, but it says in Ecclesiastes, man, I have seen servants sitting as princes, man. All right, I have seen servants on horses and princes walking as servants, man. The princesses walking as servants is us. Another word for servant is employees. Your princes walking as employees, man. All right, we're not in a state of rulership, man. All right, the 12 tribes have no idea what it means to be in a state of sovereignty. All right, you have a lot of countries. There's so many countries. I want to say 62 countries that have gotten their independence from Great Britain, because from the time of Columbus coming over here, and you had European colonization. All right, everybody was pretty much being colonized by the British. That's why you have South Africans with British accents. Like Trevor Noah, he has basically a British accent, but he's from South Africa, man. All right, and you have so many countries, all right, that their honor and their glory came from, we've received independence from Great Britain. But our people don't want independence. The 12 tribes don't want independence from America, all right, or the daughter of Great Britain. They want equality. Why is it that our people want equality, but all the other countries want independence? What is it that they know that's so important about independence, but we just want equality, man? Because that's the result of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. That's the result of being broken down and dehumanized so badly that you don't even want a seat of power. You don't want a seat of independence or sovereignty. You just want to get treated by respect by your oppressors, man. All right, but you don't know how it is as a collective, as a nation, to own a portion of the earth. As it says in Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, that He allotted the nations their lands. All right, but He made the world for Israel's sakes, man. All right, so we have to. One thing that we've been deprived of as a result of slavery, as a result of being taken from rulership, not just from 1619 until now, but ultimately, man, different captivities, starting with the Babylonian captivity, the Medo-Persian captivity, the Greco-Roman captivity. All right, then you have the Dark Ages. We had a state of rulership for a period of time, but then going back to the rise of that dragon again, man, the rebirth of that dragon, that Roman Empire, we've slowly declined in our rulership. So, in essence, over 2,000 years, hey, man, the Gentiles have been ruling over us, man, well over 2,000 years, okay? We had great rulership during the time of King David. We had great rulership in the time of King Solomon. And like the elder of our camp was talking about, during our rulership, everybody ate. We had systems to where everybody ate, man. Everybody ate. We had systems. That's why when the Most High had in His law that when you harvested your crops, you don't clean your field. You leave a certain amount of your crops for the homeless. Then the Most High had a law that if you were going through somebody's field, all right, you in somebody else's land, you don't bring a basket with you, but you eat as you go. You could take as much as with you, man, because the Most High literally made sure that everybody ate, man. But in this world, it will not have it so, man. There's a great disparity, a great gulf fixed between the ruler of Babylon and the kings of Babylon and the servants of Babylon, man. And Esau has made it systematically set up to where you work just to pay your bills, man. And you niggas don't think we're in slavery, man. Don't you know in our homeland, Jerusalem, you just pay a carpenter to build your house? You didn't have to pay a mortgage. That's why it says in Sirach 21, around the 8th verse, he that built his house with another man's money, all right, is basically somebody that basically is like you killing yourself, man. Because we're buying the house from the banks, man, and we're putting ourselves in debt because we made our house as a pledge to the bank that we're gonna pay a mortgage, man. Don't you know in our homeland, Jerusalem, you didn't pay no mortgage for a house? Don't you know there was no car note or horse note, man? See, you niggas don't know that we're in slavery, man. All right? You don't understand the concept of us being in slavery, man. That's why I said that in Baruch, man. We're subject to payments, man. That's why I said in Lamentations, the 5th chapter, you drunk in your water for money, man. All right? Your wood is sold unto you, man. All right? You don't know what it means to be in a state of sovereignty. You don't know what it means. You don't know how it is to live outside of the king of Babylon, man. The king of Babylon is taxing you peasants, man. And we're in a state of peasants, man. We're nothing but peasant farmers, peasant craftsmen. He put everybody in debt. And he actually has it to a science that you would get more production out of somebody if you put them on a hamster wheel. And what's that hamster wheel? You only pay them enough to barely make it. Pay them enough to put gas in their car, charge them for their car note, charge them for their mortgage, and make them work to pay those monthly payments. And about the time they pay it off, either the car isn't reliable anymore, or they're dead. They're not even alive to see the house get paid off, man. And by the time you can retire, you're pretty much dead. Your body is through. All right, you're a throwaway battery, man. That's what you are. But in our homeland, that was not so, man. You had people who were indentured servants for 7 years. A good example was Jacob. He was a indentured servant for his father-in-law. Okay, all right, but he only did it for 7 years per daughter. But then he got a great possession after that, man. Even going to the book of Tobit. All right, Tobit left an inheritance for his son, and his son's wife's father left their part of the inheritance. So by the time they got married, all right, and her father-in-law died, Tobit's son had his father's possessions and his father's-in-law's possessions, man. But those are systems set up to where everybody ate, man. Don't you know a wedding was a business contract, man? A wedding was a business move, man. Because when you have a reputable family and they marry their son to a daughter of a reputable family, now there's a contract with the whole family. Everybody is unified together, man. And it strengthened that nation. All right. A wedding was a contract, man. All right. Even now, man, to segue into something else, all right. When you dealt with a woman, man, what Esau doesn't tell you, because he got us on this pussy whip vibration, man. All right. It's not just about sex, man. It's not even just about emotion. It's a business move. Y'all are taking the burden off of each other, man. All right. That's why in Genesis he referred to a woman as a helpmeet, man. All right. But in this world, under the king of Babylon, hey, Eve got to be productive too, man. All right? Eve has to be productive too, okay? No matter the trouble in the flesh or whatever disagreements y'all have or whatever the dynamic of your relationship is, she has to be productive, man, because we're in captivity. But she has to play her part, man. All right? Esau makes you look at a woman and think, man, I'm going to get her. What are you going to get, man? That's why it says what? He that getteth the woman begetteth the wife of possession. He begetteth the possession, a help like unto himself, man. But the reason why a lot of us don't think like that, because we haven't been cultured as rulers. We haven't been cultured as lords, man. So those heathens over there in the Middle East, they're cultured to look at a woman like, this is helpmeet. And those women are cultured to be a helpmeet. But over here, it's not so, man. Shit. If anything, we're the helpmeets for the woman. That's what Esau will want you to think, man. But one thing that Esau took from us was the mentality to rule. That ruling class mentality, where it's domestic or international. Like I said, the 12 tribes, in the time of being in America, the 12 tribes never asked for independence. They asked for equality, man. And in the time they did, like guys like Marcus Garvey, man, they went to shit, basically, man. But one of the results of being in this Babylonian bitter captivity is that you've lost your taste for rulership, man. You've lost your desire to want to rule, man. You've lost your desire to want to rule, man. All right? And if you lost your desire to want to rule, you don't want this captivity to be over, because you just want a good job by the same person that made you build this country up for free, man. What happened to your backbone as a nation, man? Every Jake has some mentality in a rap song that they not a bitch, they not a coward, they're going to get their lick back. What about when it comes to their oppressors, man? All right, but with that, man, I hope your brothers edified. To the next time, shalom.